Good afternoon, my name is Christina and I'm a respiratory care student at ECTC. And today I've been asked to bring you a video about peak expiratory flow. What is a peak flow meter, you may ask? Well, if you've been in the hospital recently, it could look a little something like this. It's a little handheld, inexpensive device that can be used to manage your asthma or COPD exacerbations. Here I have provided you with a couple of examples that I pulled off the internet of different peak flow meters you can find on the market. You can find digital ones, pediatric ones, small handheld ones, all different sizes, different ranges, different values monetarily, but they all do the exact same thing. Monitor your expiratory flow rate. So what is a peak flow meter? A peak flow meter is a handheld device that measures how well your lungs can push air out, which can help you manage your asthma. It's most useful for people with moderate to severe asthma, but that doesn't mean that you can't use it just in your day-to-day life. They also prescribe these for people with COPD, or even sometimes elite athletes will use these little machines to determine how their lungs are doing at any given point in time. When you're using these, it's important to remember this little device can help you manage your asthma exacerbations or COPD exacerbations. You're supposed to do these daily, and it's ideal to use the same time a day to do them and to log into your little chart or notebook each day the highest recorded value that you received on your peak flow meter. It is important to remember to get your peak expiratory flow rate, you need to use one of these handheld devices. Your peak expiratory flow rate will determine how narrow your airways are, which could indicate that your asthma has worsened. Using your peak flow meter every day can help you notice when your peak flow is dropping, which can help you adjust your asthma routine or even your asthma treatments. Your peak flow is based on your personal best indicated on that handheld device. These zones are color-coded like a traffic light. Normal traffic lights hang from red to green, but on your peak flow chart, it's going to be the other way around. You're going to go from green, yellow to red. Green indicates that you have good control. There is no exacerbation or no symptoms of an asthmatic attack. Yellow, just like with a traffic light, would indicate there is caution. It indicates that you need to be on the lookout for worsening symptoms, and if you feel the need, contact your doctor or your physician. When you hit red, red like the traffic light means stop. It also means that you need to contact your physician or visit your nearest emergency room. This is due to the fact that you are in an asthma exacerbation. I have made a little chart for you that shows you your green, yellow, and red lights. Now, just like a traffic light, your green will indicate 80 to 100% of your peak flow value. Yellow is 50 to 80% of the peak flow, and red is less than 50%. How to find your green zone peak expiratory flow rate. First thing you do is open the package, look at the paper that came with your meter, find your age range and height in inches. For example, a 45-year-old female who's 65 inches tall, you would look at your chart and it would determine what value for your 100% peak flow. And that value based on the Philips Respironic peak flow meter is 476, like down on this example below. To find your 50 to 80% or your yellow zone peak expiratory flow values, you take your maximum peak expiratory flow, which is your 476, multiply it by 0.80, which would give you around 380.8 or 381. And that is where you would set your yellow indicator on your peak flow meter. Now come down to your red zone. To calculate the red zone, you again take your 100%, which is 476, multiply it by 0.50, and that should give you 238. To show you what I mean on the peak flow meter, you have these little gauges on the side. See how you have green, yellow, and red. These are where you would number and set your zones based on your height and your weight, and depending on which peak flow meter you have. They could be little tabs like this, or it could be a digital one, or it could just be reading like kind of like a thermometer. Next, I will demonstrate how to set your zones on your peak flow meter. First thing you would do is open up your package. Inside your package, you will find that little pamphlet that comes inside. That's your user guide, your manual on how to set up and how to use your peak flow meter. Also inside here, when we open it up, on this side, we have our normal adult male and adult female options on here. Notice we have our ages on this side, our height across the top, and you would just simply go with the numbers that matches you the closest. So if you were 44, then you would go 45 and so on. And also the one that I have, like I said before, they have different options. They have pediatric versions, and they have one that's just for everybody. And this one includes also a chart for children in there as well. But back to setting it. Based on our chart, what we have for, let's say this was my peak flow, we would have 472. So we would move our green dot up to about 472 range. For our yellow, we had 380. So we would move the bottom of that into range, 380. And then of course everything, this one doesn't have 3 independent little tabs, but you have your green, yellow, and red. So it's not a very big range, people. And you also have a little sliding here that will move up as you force air through it, and it should give you your range where your breath would stop at. And that is how we set up our ranges on our peak flow meter. We've gone over the peak flow meter, the different values on it, how to determine our peak flow rates, our 100, 80, and 50% values, and I've also showed you how to set those values on the peak flow meter. Now comes the fun part. How do we monitor our peak flows? Well, I broke it down into steps for you guys, and I will show you the steps before I demonstrate. Here's how to use your peak flow meter. And there are 8 easy steps to follow. Step 1, reset the meter by sliding the marker to 0. This is important to do every time that you do your peak flow values. If you don't, it will be skewed and you won't get the accurate number. Step 2, sit or stand up straight. Step 3, take a deep breath in through your nose. Step 4, put the mouthpiece in your mouth and close your lips tightly. You can hold it in place with a little bit of pressure from your teeth. Exhale forcefully in one breath. Read the number on the meter by the marker where it stops. But that's the little red flag that'll fly up and down. It is important that you repeat these 3 times daily. And step 8 is record the highest number in your little peak flow chart. Now we've gone over how to use your peak flow. Now we're going to go through it step by step. We have reset our meter. It's down at the bottom. Now you can sit or stand up straight. You want to make sure that you're as straight as possible so you're not restricting your diaphragm and how much air that you can take in at a time. Then we're going to take in a deep breath. And forcefully blow out as hard and as fast as we can. Now we can see I'm in the yellow. I don't have asthma and I don't have COPD. I'm just not very good at this. But again, it's not right or wrong. It's for you to get an idea of how to manage and keep track of how you're doing with your asthma. So we did that. We exhaled forcefully with one breath. Now we record it in a little chart. Let's see, I have about, looks like 360, 370. So I would write down on a piece of paper 360, 370. And once we do that, we reset our meter and we repeat 2 more times. Again, I got about the same. About 365. So we're going to reset again. We've reset our meter down. We're going to take in a big deep breath, hold it in, and forcefully blow out as hard as fast as we can. That time was a little bit better. That time I got about 400. But I'm still in the yellow. And that's okay. That may be where you are and that may be your normal. But you would go over these results with your doctor and you would help you monitor your asthma exacerbations, your COPD, or any other chronic lung injury that you may have or condition that you may have. Like I said, this is a little tool, a cheap, easy, inexpensive way that you can monitor your asthma and to make sure that you're doing the right thing, you're staying on the right track, and you're staying out of the hospital. So once we got our 3 down, we take our highest number, which was 400, and we would chart that in our chart. And I can show you what it looks like inside the pamphlet. See, inside, it's just as simple as this. You have your date, your time, you would chart that down, and you would chart the value that you had. So let's see. See how they got down here at the bottom? How they got the 3 little dots? That's where you would plot your 3 results. So you'd have your first, second, and third. And you'll come to find as you keep doing your peak flow meter, you'll be able to tell that you're getting sick or that you need to go see the doctor, or you can tell before you even have that exacerbation of asthma that you need to go see someone. So again, what have we learned about peak flow meters? They're fairly easy to use. They're fairly self-explanatory. If you see an asthma educator or a COPD navigator on a regular basis, then chances are you already have one of these devices at home. But they can be found at your local drugstore, Kroger, Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, or if you were in the hospital, you may have even left with one. That's great. You should be using this daily. Try to stay around the same time every day like you would any other medicine that you would take. You want to keep that regimen steady. You don't want to stray from it because it could skew your results. I appreciate you guys watching my video. Hopefully this helps you out, and I will include some references in case you need any extra information. Thank you. Have a nice day. We've gone over some key tips and pointers, and now my cat wants to get involved. But you want to make sure that you keep your device clean. Follow the instructions per whatever device that you have on the proper way to clean and to dry your peak flow meter. You also want to make sure that you don't occlude the airway with your tongue when you're forcefully exhaling. And you also want to make sure that you do this, again, daily. Repeat it 3 times a day and try to stay on the same time, same pattern. Because if you don't, you could skew your results. As promised, guys, here's a couple of resources that may help you out if you had any further questions on peak flow. Thank you again for watching my video, and have a nice day.